You mentioned Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson. Let's go back to that draft just real briefly. The pick that John Dorsey made was Baker Mayfield, and I get why he made that pick. That was the pick that had the highest floor. So in other words, number one pick overall, coming off of what they had, which was 0-16, 1-15, whatever it was in those combined years, you could not mess up the first overall pick, and it was going to be a quarterback. Remember, Josh Allen had some questions about accuracy. Now, he's developed into a great quarterback. There was no way the Browns were going to take Lamar Jackson number one overall. That wasn't going to happen. Remember, the Ravens traded back into the first round to get him. They were probably the only people that had Lamar Jackson as a number one overall pick. And I remember saying repeatedly during that draft, there's going to be one of these guys that's a stud, there's going to be two of them that are okay, and there's going to be some busts. Well, it looks like the busts were Rosen, who a lot of Browns fans wanted the Browns to take, and Sam Darnold, who was right up there with Baker Mayfield. So Mayfield wasn't the worst. He certainly wasn't a home run, but he was I guess he was the safest pick, and I understand the thinking behind taking Baker Mayfield. He was the guy that you could get up higher, but you weren't going to go really low. Now, Josh Allen has turned out to be a really good quarterback.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm glad you brought up Sam Darnold and, for that matter, Josh Rosen, because certainly Darnold and, to a degree, Rosen were mentioned as candidates at number one overall, in addition to Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson was on nobody's radar, really, for a number one or a top five pick. So, yeah, there was a lot. I know a lot of people who thought that Sam Darnold would be a good choice, and he's turned out to be a bust, at least as of now. I mean, maybe he could rescue his career, but as of now, he looks like a bust. And Josh Rosen absolutely is a bust. So I get your point, Dave. It's just that when you step back and here you are in 2022, looking back at 18, you're going, oh man, wish it would have been Josh Allen, but at the time, you're right. Hindsight's 2020. At the time, Allen coming out of Wyoming, questions about his accuracy. The word raw was mentioned with him many, many times. And this, as you said, the Browns were not willing to invest in a project, as it were. They wanted the guy who was closer to being NFL ready, and that was, they thought, Baker.